Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss the poem The Sun Rising by John Donne. I'll discuss summary line by line explanation, themes, symbols, and we'll see the vocabulary and meta rhyming scheme in this poem. So let's begin the poem, and the summary goes like this. Here the speaker addressed to son and told that said that his son, you all disruptive busybody, why are you shining past the windows and closed curtain to pay any uninvited visit to me and my girlfriend? Do lovers really have to structure their schedules around your movement across the sky? You rude, inflexible, and insensitive jerk. Go, scold boys who are late to school and apprentices who are sulky about their early morning. Go tell the king's hunting party that the king is about to ride out on a hunt, and urge lovely farm workers to start their harvesting duties. Love in all its form is above the influence of seasons and weather. It's above the influence of hours, days, and months, which, unlike love, wears out like old works of past time. Why should you think your beams are so worship and strong? I could block them out by closing my eyes, except that I wouldn't want to stop looking at my lover that long, assuming that her eyes aren't so bright that they have blinded yours. Go check, and tomorrow evening tell me whether both the East Indies and West Indies are where you left them, or whether they are right here next to me. Ask to see the kings you saw yesterday, and you will hear that they are all lying here in the bed. My lover is every country, and I am every prince. Nothing else exists. Prince Princes only pretend to be us compared to our love. All honor is on cheap copy, and all wealth is futile attempt to attain riches. Your son should be half as glad as we are that the whole world fits here in the bedroom. Your old age demands that you take it easy, because your job is to keep the world warm, and you can do your job keeping us warm by shining here on us. You can shine everywhere. This bed is your center, and bedroom walls are outside boundaries of solar system. So this is the summary, and we'll see themes. The theme of authority of love. So in this, the speaker wants to bend the rule of universe. It's a universal truth that the sunshine, and he is gonna to deny that authority of sun to shine. The speaker challenges sun's authority and claims that love give him, the speaker, the power to stay in bed all the day with his lover, and the sun appears as a busy old fool. So he personifies sun as a busy old fool and unruly foolish son, and that ought to be ruled by some great authority. And the speaker concedes that the sun is free to rule over let schoolboys and other persons whom he has little respect and consider inferior, and he consider himself and his lover superior. By third stanza, the speaker is not only giving son orders to annoy others instead of him and his lover, the son to actually serve the lovers by warming them in the bed. By exerting himself as the ruler of the sun and posing a rhetorical question, the speaker wants love seasons to be exempted from daily rhythms dictated by rising of the sun, and he's suggesting that love is everlasting, and time, including the rising setting sun, works differently for lovers than for everyone else, and the speaker has contracted the entire world to the bed. And this technique, using techniques microcosm, we'll see that. And he insists that love is the most important occupation than anyone else, and the speaker diverts the sun from everyone else, demanding that it is shine only on him and his lover. and this theme appears throughout the poem. And next theme is love as a microcosm of the universe. So the speaker uses metaphor to pack the entire world into a small space, and that is called microcosm. And Renaissance believes that the human body was a small scale of a whole universe, so it's a miniature version, you can say. And the small space is not single body but rather the lover's bed. The speakers claimed that to warm the world is same thing as warming us, and transforming himself into a kind of king of world and center of universe. And uh, and to grant that the universe itself exists within relationship between the two lovers. The speakers demand of the sun to look for both the Indies of spice and mine, in place where they were first last located. The Indies here refers to East Indies and West Indies, and these peripheral sources of imperial wealth and power now lie here within me. So he's making bold assertion because the speaker's lover is figure as all states and speaker himself is all princes. The world outside the bedroom falls away. So the only world here is the bedroom, the speaker with his lover. The relationship is so expansive that it contains entire universe within. In the sun, the serf, the speaker is court huntsmen of the king. By contrasting the entire world to microcosm of bed, the speaker asserts the authority and all-encompassing power granted to him by love. And the third theme is love and divinity. So he playfully and boldly insinuated that to wake up in bed with a lover is analogous to an ascent to divine power. It's like you become a divine power, godlike power, and it felt like a god. And this is only bestowed by love. And the poem's preoccupation with the sovereignty ruling power evokes the notion of divine right of kings. Kings in Donne's day were traditionally so thought to derive their ruling power directly from gods, and the speaker manages to transform the sun into a servant that kneels before him. The poem's little title furthermore liken the speakers to Christ upon their resurrection. Speakers imperative to rise from bed. The sun rising also sound like sun rising. So in Christianity it refers to resurrection of Christ, the Son of God, and speakers wake up in bed with his lover and he's experienced a kind of divine resurrection. And so now we'll see line by line analysis of this. And line 1 2 3: busy old fool, unruly sun, why dost thou through windows and through curtains call on us? So the three entities are here: the speaker, his lover, and the sun. And the speaker is addressing to sun and personifies sun as busy old fool, unruly in the face of some authority. The speaker insinuates that the sun is inferior being who owes the speaker respect and obedience. The speaker uses apostrophe to ask a rhetorical question of entity, the sun, who cannot respond. So apostrophe is used to ask question from entity who cannot respond, and rhetorical question is such a question which demands no answer. Basically, he is not interested in answer of the sun, but poses question which itself is the answer, and he is uninterested in actual justification. So we'll see line 4: must to thy motions lover seasons run. So this line, a second rhetorical question is posed there, clarifies why the speaker and his lover are special. Their exemption from sun's authority is directly based on their status as a lovers. So love gives them authority, such power beyond sun and lover for that matter don't have to structure or to schedule according to seasons, according to moment of sun and it refers to event that happens at fixed time. They are exempted from it. Line 5 to 8. Saucy pedantic rage go child la schoolboys and sour fantasies go tell court huntsman that king will ride call country ends to harvest office. So here now the bluntly give orders to the sun and reinforce the personification of sun as a self-important fool, and the word saucy suggests that sun is being rude and cheeky towards its superior without any awareness, and that is behaving inappropriately. Pedantic, this suggests that the sun is like a boring school teacher carrying on with lecture that no one really cares about, and rich is a miserable pitiful creature. And furthermore, he is describing that it's a cacophonous full of hard sounds, blend of sounds, and his contempt for the sun, hatred towards sun, and it seems ironical that the speaker describes sun as saucy pedantic wretch, and regardless of their wishes, schoolboys and apprentices must go to classrooms and workshop when sun is rising. Sun has authority or control over them, but not over the lovers. And time to suit up for hunt, cause king must structure hunting schedule according to sun, and farmer must harvest their crops according to sun, but that do not imply to love a speaker and his lover. Line 9 to 10 love all alike, no season knows nor climb, nor hours, days, months, which are wrecks of time. So the final lines of first stanza are these are aphorism containing a pithy, a wise saying statements about how world works, and lover seasons cannot be controlled by sun because in truth all forms of love are superior to trivial earthly like seasons or climate and time. An aphorism presents itself as a self-evident, which means that it if speaker is convincing his delivery of lines, and love is eternal and can never decay. The speaker uses euphony to emphasize that eternal love is preferably to daylight and its demands. And line 11 to 14, thy beams so reverent and strong, why shouldn't thou think I could eclipse and cloud them with wing? But what I would not lose her sight so long. So he is continuously posing rhetorical question, continue to demand the sun justification and sense of self-importance. The sun may presume to send its beams where they are unwanted, but it's only because the speaker doesn't want to lose the sight of lava. The use of I here demonstrates that the speaker has some self-deserving motive, self-importance, and closing his eyes would indeed block out the light of the sun, and however, to cause an eclipse is far beyond the power of single human. At one level, then love seems to have granted him a supernatural powers. Line 15 to 20. If her eyes have not blinded thine look, and tomorrow let tell me whether both in deeds of spice and mine be where thou hast led and lie here with me. Ask for thou king whom thou saw yesterday, and thou shalt hear all here in one bed lay. So this part of poem introduced the idea of love being a microcosm of entire universe, a miniature version of entire universe. The speaker first compare his lover to a bright light or star that might blight even the sun if it looks at her. Both of these move from their geographical location to very bed where the speaker and his lover are lying. So he making exaggeration and claims, and both Indies refers to East Indies and West Indies, and his bed become a small model of entire globe. And these lands lie here with me puts the entities in place of lover's body. And the metaphor of a woman body as entire world to be conquered is not unique to poem. And to his mistress going to bed, where he refers to mistress as my America. And line 21 to 22 will analyze. She'll all states and all princes, I nothing else. So this is an extended metaphor to add more emphasis, and they take the idea that the bed is a small scale model of entire world, and this bed is no longer a model of universe but rather replaces the entire universe itself. And all states meaning that every country in the world, are princes meaning all the rulers. So he compare or use a metaphor and consider himself as all princes and his lover as all countries. And line 23 to 24, princes do but play, as compared to this all honor, mimic, all wealth, alchemy, lovers. So here the speaker tells that the lovers who are the real deal of this poem. The speaker cannot entirely deny the existence of princes, honor, or wealth, but calls into question the actual meaning of all these words. And the person in love is, so he declares that a person in love is the person richest in the world. And the speaker actually accomplished a kind of reverse alchemy, transforming real world wealth into something worthless. Line 25 to 28, thou son art half happy as we, in that the world's contracted thus. Thine age asks ease, and since thine duties be to warm the earth, that's done in warming us. So here the speaker demanded that everyone in the world kneels before him while he lounges in bed with his lover, and tells the sun that it is half as happy as we are. And we, the refers to speaker and his lover, are more powerful, honorable, prosperous than anyone in the world. The speaker is the sun's boss. Your duties have always been to keep the world warm, as he says, and the speaker is able to tell the sun that his new job is to keep us warm. And the speaker hands the sun his new job, and assigning new job to sun by description of way of what actually is a false syllogism, and arriving at a logical conclusion based on two statements that presents as equally true, despite the fact that one is far less sound than the other. And here we'll see the next line 29 to 30. Shine here to us, and thou at everywhere. This bed thy center is, this world thy sphere. These final two lines are a rhyming couplets, and it resolves a situation or problem presented in the first lines. The speaker orders the sun to shine here to on us, and the speaker emphasizes once more that his bed is microcosm by turning it into only his own empire and sun center. He completely binds the sun with the walls of bedroom, and turning the lovers into a divine force with the power to pull the sun out of fixed position into orbit around them. And now we'll discuss symbols. The first symbol is sun here, and it's a cosmological hierarchy controls the solar system. The sun represents immense near divine power, and where it is used in line 1 sun, line 4 the emotions, line 11 beams, line 13 eclipse and cloud, line 25, 28 and 29 as well. Second symbol is the empire, and this poem is obsessed with carving out an empire for himself by comparing his lover to entities of spice and mind, then to states, comparing himself to all kings and princes. Empire represents to the speaker extreme position of power. Running all the empires in the world is beyond human power, and he demonstrated that he is even more powerful than the sun by stealing entire empires out from under its nose. So it occurs in lines 7, 17, 19, 20, 21, 23, 26, and 29 to 30 as well. And the poetic devices in this poem, the first one is personification is used there, giving qualities of living to unknown living or inanimate objects. And speaker personifies sun throughout nearly entire poem as self-important old man in order to rob sun of its authority. And his words he used for personification such as busy old fool, unruly. Unruly meaning that it is getting worse as it ages at surfing those it is supposed to serve, but too foolish to realize its own decline. The negative characterization of sun is taking place, and he is belittling, actually he is belittling the sun. And thine age ask is, so here he demand, not say demand, he make control him, order a son a new job that you are too old to working too much these days, and turns himself into a son boss and order gives order to son. It occurs in line 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, and 12. And next poetic device is used is extended metaphor is used to draw a comparison between two unlike things that continues throughout a series of sentences in a poem. So I develop an elaborate comparison between his bedroom and entire universe, and the speaker's lover began as both entities of spice and mind, meaning she is combination of all Europe richest colonies, the kings in the world, and all states. And it will occur line 16 to 30 in this of spine in mind, kings, all princes, all states, all honors, mimic, all wealth, all alchemy. And next device is cacophony is used there, and it's a device, poetic device, which point to a situation in which there is a mixture of sharp, harsh, and hissing sounds. The speaker used cacophony in order to make sun's usual habit sound unappealing and obnoxious. This poetic device occurs primarily in first stanza, line 5 to 8, and line 3 curtains call, line 5 to 8 south pedantic rage go child. And euphony is used there, and it's a combination of words that sound pleasant together. For example, he used euphony in order to make more persuasive his argument for new universe that is center on his bed. And it occur in line 9 to 10, love all alike, no season knows nor child. And euphony grows most pronounced in the end of the poem when soft sound and open v sound abounds amidst open vowel sounds. And it occurs line 9 to 10, line 14, 17 to 20, 27 to 30 as well. Alliteration is used there, which is the repetition of same sounds at the beginning, and there is a lot of alliteration in the poem, and from repetition of k sound in lines 7 and 8. And we'll move on. Alliteration also helps the speaker to make it seem more natural for him to call the sun by familiar forms of you, thou, and the th sound is the most frequent alliteration sound throughout the poem. and it will occur in line 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And next poetic device is enchantment is used, which means carrying an idea or a thought over next line without a pause. So here we'll see all of them serve in part to maintain meter and rhyming scheme of the poem. And for example, the child in line 5 rhymes with right in line 7, and ending line 5 at the point gives the line to 4 stress levels typical of fifth line of each stanza. And this instance of enchantment demonstrates how the speaker's tone teeters between playful and teaching and bodily challenges. And it will occur in line 5, 6, 11, 12, 17, 18, 27, and 28. And kasura is also used, which is a pause that occurs in poetry, usually marked by some form of punctuation indicated by period, comma, dash, or semicolon. And whenever kasura occurs, it carefully placed so as to emphasize whatever word has come before it. For instance, there are commas both after speakers call the sun full in line 1 and after he calls it rich in line 5. And there is a kasura, it is a clue that the word preceding it is important and worth a quick pause for extra consideration, and it will occur in line 1, 3, 5, 9, 10, 11, 16, 18, 20, 21, 23, and 24. And another poetic device, apostrophe, is used to address to entity that didn't respond, and he personified address to son and pretend that it is an old man who is not very good at his job. However, the speaker never thinks that the son is actually going to respond to him. And it will occur in line 1, 2, 4, 5, 11, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20, 25, 27, 29, and 30. And rhetorical question is used. Rhetorical question is such a question which demands no answer, and it itself is answer. And the first two stanzas of Sun Rising both open with rhetorical question. Both cases, the rhetorical question rub in its sun face that it is absent not only to expect it to answer but unable to answer. So actually the speaker is belittling and humiliating son, and he builds a platform on which he can launch into a long lecture on why the sun has no business calling on us, and flower season must not in fact be dictated by sun, and the sun should not think of its beam as reverent and strong. So these 3 points are the gist of the poem entire argument. While the use of question may at first seems like a speaker is trying to open a dialogue with sun, but actually he didn't want the sun to respond. In addition to guiding the argument of the poem, the rhetorical question also anchored the poem's extended metaphor in reality, and this will occur in line 2 to 4, why thou thou, and line 11 to 12, thy beams are reverent and strong. Aphorism is also used there. It's a poetic device is used to express a wise saying or which contain a universal statement or universal truth. And line 9 to 10, the sun rising aphorism there, which the speaker use as answer to rhetorical question, and two lovers really have to go about their day according to sun's agenda, and he never expects the sun to answer rhetorical question. The speaker chooses to interpret the sun silence as an opening to answer question himself, and he states that love all alike, no season knows nor climb, nor hours, days, months, which are breaks of time. And so here we'll see note that the speaker doesn't say I think love all alike. The poetic idiom wrecks of time also sound learned and wise, and the truth contained in the aphorism love defies the laws of the universe, and it occurred line 9 to 10 love all alike, no season knows nor climb. And another device syllogism is used to state an argument with reference to something general and from it draws a conclusion about something more specific. So the sun rising ends up with a triumphant conclusion to a syllogism. Line 27 to 28, the speakers claim that thine age ask is, and since thy duties be to warm the world, that's done in warming us. So two premises are made there, and he draws a conclusion that you can do your job and make it easy by keeping only us warm. He ordering the sun. And another device here is aphorisms, which is used to bring into question the meaning of word in case the words are used inappropriately. It often appears as a rhetorical question, and the speaker uses aphorisms to call into question that which the rest of the world calls princes, honors, and wealth. More specifically, compared to this meaning, compared to love, real princes, real honor, real wealth don't seems to live up to these titles at all. And we'll see that merely actors, so he'll see their speaker's mind merely actors trying to meme something more authentic, and he is more authentic prince than these other princes. Similarly, what people call honor is mimic and imitation of authentic honor. The speaker, his lover say. The idea that the speaker and his lover are more authentic than anything in real world really comes to force in statement that all well, and it will occur line 21 to 24. And now we'll see another poetic device, that is diacop. Diacop is a repetition of words separated by a small number of intervening words. So in line 3, the speaker uses the word through twice with only two words in between two instances. And where it occurs in the poem through windows and through curtains to warm the world, that done in forming us. So it will occur in line 3, line 28. And next is the anaphora. Anaphora is used, which is the repetition of word or phrase at the beginning of successive sentences to reinforce meaning. And here we'll see at server points to emphasize his point. First two commands with word go child, go tell. And the later instance of anaphora occur in stanza 3. First, the speaker states that all honors mimic all wealth, finally ends the poem by claiming that this bed, thy center is these walls. It will occur line 5, 7, 24, and 30. So this is vocabulary, meaning of different difficult words, busy, interfering, and unruly, ill behave, unmanageable, rebellious. And here we'll see saucy, rude, pedantic, like boring, school teacher, rich, someone miserable, country ends, mean ruler, farmer, offices, duties, climate, wrecks of time, worn out remains of past. So these are meaning of difficult words. The meter, the third, fourth, and seventh through 10th lines in each stanza are iambic pentameter, and composed of five iambs. Poetic feet consist of stressed and unstressed syllables, and this form is an iambic pentameter. And we'll see the rhyming scheme is AB, BA, CD, CD, EE, and the setting is in bedroom, and the Context is Vanessa and the speaker John Donne, and there are some details and more resources that you can consult. So that's all analysis of this poem. Hope you understand. The notes are in the description. Thank you for watching.